Hey everyone, I'm Chelsea Cannell and this is the Cannell Query. So this week we are going to take it back to the old school and get some of your questions answered, starting with Richard, who wants to know, I noticed the first Shane Scully novels were written in the third-person narrative and the latest have been switched to the first person. So why the change?
Yeah, Richard, that's a really interesting question about why I changed from first person to third person in these latest Shane Scully novels. The reason for that was that I'd written my first 5 novels at William Morrow in third person. They were standalone books. I felt that that was the right way to write them. And then so I then switched over to St. Martin's and I came up with this Shane Scully character, and I just naturally decided to write that the first of the Shane Scullys kind of in the same style that I'd written the others. And also I at the very beginning I did not think that the Shane Scullys were going to be a series. I thought it was going to be just one book about, I was interested in writing about the internal affairs division of a police department, and so I came up with this character and put him in a lot of trouble and ran him through internal affairs. And that was the way I plotted that book. And so I was going to write it in third person, and it did very well. And at the same time, I came up with another story right after I'd finished it that I thought, you know what, this could easily be another novel by the, in the same vein as the first one, that Shane Scully could be the hero of it. It sort of dealt with police science, and I thought, okay, I'm going to ask my publisher if they want to do another Shane Scully, and they did. So I wrote that one in third person too, just sort of out of habit. And then I got to a place where I was actually writing a novel on spec, and I wrote that one in iNarrative. I just wanted to try it, and I so enjoyed writing in iNarrative that I called my publisher up on, I think it was the 4th Shane Scully. It might have been, I'm not sure where it might have been it was Vertical Coffin, maybe was the first one. I'm not sure which was the first one that I switched over. But I called him up and I said, I'd really like to try writing it in first person. And they said, we think it's a great idea. So I made the change, and I know it's a much better way to write a crime novel series. You're inside the character's head for the whole way. It gives you a much a closer look at the hero. So, I've enjoyed doing that, and will continue to write these Shane Scullys in first person.